Today we will give you an introduction to Marci Ian. This is Marci Ian. This is who the media say is your federal member of parliament for Toronto Centre. Yet, the media did not tell you about six-time Toronto mayoral candidate Kevin Clarke, the founder of the Ontario People's Political Party, the only person in Canadian history to ever face 3 levels of government simultaneously, a man who puts 27 years plus of service to the people of the city of Toronto. So Marci Ian wants to say she was elected federal member of parliament. If the voters knew about Kevin Clarke when they went to the polls, it would have been a different story. The voters would have a democratic choice. But the voters did not. The media of CBC says candidates included, but they mentioned Marci Ian and the other candidates, but they excluded the longest political voice in this election. 27 plus years. The media excluded to mention Toronto mayoral candidate Kevin Clarke, the longest servant to the people when it comes to homelessness, children's rights, poverty, lack of affordable housing, senior services, youth employment strategy program, gun violence, affordable housing. Should it not be the people that decided how important these issues were? No. Marci Ian's friends in the media decided. They chose who they projected to win, and they excluded those who were in a position to win. That is not democracy. I was ready to give Marci Ian the benefit of the doubt and support Marci Ian. I made umpteens amount of calls to Marci Ian. I made umpteens amount of messages through social media, whether it's Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. Marci Ian says she is there for those less fortunate. Marci Ian says she likes to talk things out and then find a solution. Now, I have stated clearly that Marci Ian is a liar. Because Marci Ian, if you like to talk things out, and a man says you were given this title, and a lot of people are going to die on the streets, and he wished to speak to you, you would have contacted me. You would not have ignored me. That is the first lie. Now, this is to clarify. I am going to close this screen, and we are going to show you a flyer that I have designed. And this flyer here labels the evidence of lie is clear. Marci Ian is a liar. Why is Marci Ian a liar? Now you contradict me and prove I am wrong. Marci Ian, look at her teeth. They're white. Look at Marci Ian's skin. It's brown. But yet Marci Ian will convince you that she is the color of her hair. She is black. She is the color of this. Marci Ian, you are not black. You may be a colored person because brown is a color. But to say you are black and to teach children that you are black and then to use the office of a federal member of parliament to forward the cause of the black race is un-Canadian. You say you are fit to be member of federal parliament? Then you must be fit to serve all Canadians equally. I have done my research, Marci. I have read your bios. I have read what you have written. And what I'm hearing is you using your position to forward black women. You will not use the office of a member of parliament to forward any racist cause in this great country called Canada. You say you are fit, but prove you are fit. And you have proven yourself so far to be a liar. And I am willing to, what's the word? To get rid of all this, Marci. For you to do what you say you will do. Show you are not a liar. I say your media buddies gave you the federal member of parliament job in a riding that has the largest amount of death due to homelessness, drug addiction, alcoholism, mental illness, and overdose. I say, you said that you want to champion the cause of those less fortunate. Those are the less fortunate. These are someone's children. A lot of them are someone's parent, someone's brother, someone's sister, someone's niece, and someone's nephew. So if that is why you wanted to be member of federal parliament, and not just so you can shoot for the sky and make your daddy proud, as it says in a lot of your writing, then you will contact me. And you will do what you say in your flyers to the general public in Toronto Centre, that you would like to talk things out to find a solution. If that was not a lie, then I am the expert on homelessness. I am the expert on drug addiction. I am the expert on mental illness. I am the expert on homeless death. I don't say I'm an expert. As Doug Ford will say, oh, these are my experts. It is proven through my 27 years service, plus 27 plus years service to the people of the city of Toronto, and from my days of living on the streets of Toronto, and from all the homeless people who were my friends who I've buried. From doing over 50 Toronto homeless memorial and 33 months straight of homeless hunger feed out. Whether you would like to acknowledge it or not, Marci, and if you are not a liar, then you will acknowledge it. I am the expert on homelessness and homeless death. And if you are rightfully the federal member of parliament for the largest homeless, drug-addicted, alcoholism, mental illness riding in Canada, then you will speak to the expert. You will do what you said. You will talk about it and then put forth a concrete solution. Before I made these flyers, I sent you an email and I said, Marci, Ian, I will support your appointment as member of federal parliament, even though what was done for me, because I will put the greater good above my interests or the injustice to me. And if you agree that your first appointment, your first duty when you are sworn in is to open up the Moss Park armories in your riding and any other facilities the government have to house the homeless and to save lives this wintertime, I would support you fully. And since the 26th of October, today is now Remembrance Day, the 11th of November, the day we remember soldiers who have died, who have gone to war and fought for this country, and a large amount of the homeless death. have been those same soldiers. You have not returned my call or any of my messages, which tells me that you do not value the sacrifices that these people made who died for this great country called Canada. And that, Marci Ian, makes you a liar. So now I am going to address the post I just write, because I know Marci Ian, and I know the media personalities, and I know how they like to manipulate. So I am going to post the post here I just wrote. So Marci Ian does not go to the police and say, Mr. Clarke threatened my kids. Read the post clearly. Marci Ian, do not let me have to speak to your children. Nothing there about arming your children. Nothing there about anything against your children. Do not let me have to speak to your children. I love your kids as I love all children, but I will not let you live a lie that will eventually cause them to stumble or not have dignity or respect for human lives. I value your children, but I do not value them more than the children of all the homeless, the drug addicts, the alcoholics, or mentally ill that has died in the riding that your media friends made you MP of. I have stated clearly that you are a liar. I will retract that statement when you show that you are not. Being a member of Parliament is not a social. It is a service to the needs of humanity, period. Marci Ian, you are opening up a snowball that's going to melt all over you. And Mrs. Ian, if you do not call me back or reply to one of my messages, then there will be no turning back. One thing people will tell you about Kevin Clarke: I do not start something that is for the sake of justice and then drop it for special interest or self-interest. So please, Marci Ian, if you wish to have some dignity, or if you do have some dignity, and if you are true to the words you're speaking, and you're not just speaking them for the sake of press or popularity, then show that you are ready to do the job as a member of federal parliament. Because I will not be tainting your name, Marci Ian. You will be tainting your own name. So we are going to try and find a poster here of Miss Ian. But since I cannot, I will tell you that God is life. And the life of those who die from homelessness and other ailments in your riding, it belongs to God. Marci Ian, I await your call. You have 7 days from now to contact me. After that, my dear, someone who would support you will no longer support you. And I will fight you to the fullest extent of the law and within the law, because I will do it for the needs of humanity. God is with us.